Hello and welcome to Gotham Video. We are doing an unboxing of the new fantastic Personal Digital Audio Recorder, the Lectro PDR. So there we go. So let's start from scratch. I'm going to turn it off, and there we go. So first things first is the box. What comes in the box, besides the PDR, is this SD card, micro SD card. And just a note about media, it does have to be a class 10 or better. And you get the quick start guide right there. So, all right, let's jump into it. So the purpose of this recorder is to allow for a remote recording in any kind of body-worn situation or other confined space. It runs on this AAA battery right here. It's pretty remarkable that they've powered all of this from one AAA battery. And so battery goes in and we'll turn it on. Oops, there we go. And there it is. Okay, so first things first. So let's go ahead and look at some of the connectors on the top. If we go here, we have TA5 that's wired just like any servo bias is wired. Servo bias transmitter is wired. Headphone/line output there, and TA5 and LEMO 5 pin for timecode in is right there. Underneath this protective flap is a micro SD card, which goes there. So go ahead and put that in, and we'll go through some of the menu options. So this is very much in line with their new transmitter style menus. So here we have timecode jam. And in fact, why don't we go ahead and jam it? So I have here, there we go. I have a Deneki SB4, and so we will BNC, LEMO, and I'm feeding some code, so let's go ahead and jam it. Select on that and jam successful. So it is that quick. And if we look at the time code, we'll see it's the time of day. And after you jam it, well, you can plug the lav in. So I'll just go ahead and you can see that's our audio meter right there. And it's a pretty decent level. The setting for that audio meter is in mic level. And if I go ahead and choose that, I can go up or down, I guess here, up or down that way, and like that. And so, hey, 1, 2, might be a little hot. Hey, 1, 2, that's about right. 1, 2, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2. All right, so backing out of that menu, I did skip over there is the output, and if we choose output menu, you have two options, line level or headphone, and depending on what you choose, you can choose volume. So that would, selecting headphone, I can then adjust the level. And I haven't really had a chance to do extensive tests to know which will sound better feeding another device, but for now we'll choose line level output. So select and line, and back. All right, we can lock or unlock the transmitter from here. We can play the files. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, There is one file on there already. Other options, format card. So let's go ahead and format the card. If you put in an unformatted card, it will prompt you to format it. But just so everybody sees what this looks like, we'll select this and we'll say yes. And there we go, formatting, and it's done. All right, now going into the menu again, we will go to record mode, and there's two options here in record mode. There's HD mono. I'm not sure what the HD stands for, but that creates one mono track. And then there's split gain, which is two tracks where one track is 18 dB down from the other. So we go back, and then file naming, two options here. You can do a sequence, or you could do clock time. And let's do clock time for now. So I'll select that. And backlight on or off. Battery type, we can tell it what kind of battery we have. Date and time, that's where we would set the date and the time. So 2016, let's set it. That's an important thing to set. And back. Remote. Little Indian is going to update their app. It should have been updated already, so it'll have Dweedle tones that will control this separately from Dweedle tones that will control electro transmitter, so you can independently turn both on and off, and I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, as of this morning, the app on either Android or iOS wasn't updated. I'm sure it's just a matter of time. And reset to default. And that's it for the menu. All right, if we did want to plug this into a transmitter, here's our transmitter. And then you'd get an Electro MC70 cable or equivalent, and you'd simply plug it in to the line out / headphone out of the recorder. And yeah, you can see those lights are responding to the lav, which is on the table. All right, I'm going to just move this away for simplicity. Let's make a recording. So if we cut to Joe's camera, you can see this home screen has a couple of different options. And right now, this upper right-hand button is my record button. So I should be able to push that, and it goes into record. And so it's recording right now. If I push the up button, you'll see some options indicating what mode it's in. And we're recording. And if I need to stop it, I can't just push one button. I have to push both buttons at the same time. And it does that. I want to try a live experiment. Okay, so I'm going to go into record. And it's recording. And I am going to simulate the battery dying. So pop this out. And battery's out. Let's pop the battery back in and turn it on. Here, we'll do this in the close-up. And it should offer me some kind of recovery mode. Interrupted recording found. Recover. Yes. I wish life were like this. All right. Length should recover 4 seconds, I guess. Okay. I'm going to say yes. Recovery successful. And it remounts. All right, so we're going to make one more recording. And and we're going to do this recording, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do another recording, saved. I'm going to switch it to that other mode. Let's see, where was it? Record mode. Select. We'll do a split gain recording and select. Okay, so we can see what that looks like. And we'll make a recording. Okay, and we're recording. I'm really sort of maxing out the gain on my main track. Let's see what it says in the information screen. Oh, that's interesting. That's different. Huh. All right. There we go. Okay, so up arrow gets you that information screen. And recording, split gain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and we're going to stop. Saved. Okay, and we're going to pop this out. And we're going to go into our laptop. Mounting the card, and there we go. Gonna double click on our files. Let's just go to View as List. All right, let's fire up Wave Agent. Applications and Wave Agent. Load this in, and here are our files. Now, interestingly, here's the timecode metadata, and right away I see that our timecode for 2 of our files, and I can see here they're 2 of our last files. If I sort this by file name, I can see that there are 2 of the last files that I recorded. Timecode reset to 0. That is because when you power down the unit or remove battery, you have to rejam. But our timecode before that definitely comes through. We can see that they are 48K files. Interestingly, if we look down here, they're 32-bit in terms of bit depth. And the manual says they're 24-bit files, so presumably just the last 8 bits are not significant or no data. While we're talking about the manual, also I should say that when you're jamming with timecode, the manual warns you to not be listening while you're jamming with timecode, and don't record while you're jamming with timecode. It says it in big red letters, or at least the quick start guide does, so just a heads up about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's play one of our recovered files. I'm going to do this recording, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do another recording. So that's that. Let's do the. I guess this would be the recovered file. Next recording, and I am going to simulate the battery dying. So there is the audio recovered, and let's check our we're recording. I'm really sort of maxing out the gain on my main track. Let's see what it says in the information screen. Oh, that's interesting. That's different. And so there's our 18 dB down track. There we go. So up arrow gets you that information screen. And recording. And so that's it. Split. Yeah. Very, very cool. From what I understand, the belt clip is coming. And other than that, this is basically the front end of a Lectrosonics transmitter and a recorder in a very, very, very small package, and very, very useful for all kinds of scenarios where you don't expect to be able to get RF range. And it's pin compatible with all of your lavs already wired for Lectrosonics. Thank you for watching.